to rotting away. And this is something that has to change. So, tonight we're asking for anybody who's listening to these podcasts to come in and to get with any advocacy group that, stands for core values of, trying to bring about the change that they desire to see in this world and this prison systems and our facilities, our institutions, and our juvenile facilities, and our court systems, and our county jails and stuff like this. And, we really want to say that, advocating is a very important factor. Because like as of right now, we have people sitting on death row who don't have nobody advocating on their behalf to try to see if they can stop and abolish the death penalty. Okay, because of the fact that a lot of people that are sitting on death row, these individuals have not been given psychological evaluations to put them on death row. But still, these people are being executed. And even though Texas leads the nation in exonerations and executions, still our court officials and our lawmakers are not doing enough to ensure that they're not actually executing an innocent person. All they're doing is pushing for executions. Our governor, he's a supporter of executions. So with this being said, we're asking for anybody who's listening to these podcasts, the two podcasts, and let's talk about it, or any podcast that support these values to stand up for us and to get involved in the show that there's more can be done in order to be able to stop our lawmakers and them from ignoring our situations. And had it not been for the Crew podcast and let's talk about it to shed light on these conditions over here, nobody would have came. Nobody would have came. These inmates over here are suffering day by day, eating off of trays that are greased, trays that are being washed in trash cans, trays that are being washed in cold water because they don't have hot water on this unit. The officers are being allowed to drink out of water bottles from free well water, but the inmates are being forced to drink contaminated prison water. And this is not right. So had it not been for the Crew podcast shedding light and tagging everybody that needed it to be tagged, and Mrs. Shanette Johnson, for being able to reach out and tag people that she's tagged and advocate on our behalf, we would have had these people to come and show their concerns about, the issues that matter to us. And like I say, right now, here it is, they're here. And we see them. And we appreciate the fact that they're here. But now they need to address our issues. Get these inmates out of here that's already made parole. There's over 15,000 inmates already approved for parole. But they will not let these people go. So why are so many people that's already approved for parole still being held in prison? This don't make no sense. So we're trying to figure out why these people are not doing their jobs. Our rehabilitation system is broken. They're saying that we're supposed to rehabilitate back into society. But how can we rehabilitate back into society when they're not giving us anything in order for us to rehabilitate back into society? We're going back to the same areas that we left from the beginning with nothing. We don't have no jobs waiting on us. We don't have no re-entry programs trying to provide us with no jobs. We don't have nothing through a re-entry program because they're not even coming over here to talk to us to ensure us that we have access to opportunities out there in the world to be able to go and get the things that we need to reintegrate back into society. And we're trying to figure out why is this going on like this? Why do we have a system that doesn't even care if we fail or not? But they tell us that they want us to reintegrate back into society. That's not right. So we ask for anybody that's listening to these podcasts tonight to be able to get involved and to be able to stand up and speak on our behalf and to address these issues. Tag your governor, tag your state representatives, tag your senators, and ask them to come and look at these conditions themselves. And to not just depend on no paper, nobody referring us to them on paper. As of right now, these people are passing inspections, and these units are torn up, these units are broken, contaminated, water, trays are nasty, no toilets are working, no showers are working. But these people are constantly passing inspections. How can that be possible? That's forging documents, man. That's what this is. This forging documents. So we're asking for everybody to get involved if you can. Up and push these issues to your state representatives about our prison conditions. And let's demand that they reopen the Ruiz versus the Cell class action civil lawsuit and show that our prison conditions are still the way they were 25 or 30 years ago. That shows the prison systems are overcrowded to the capacity. Our governor is trying to force inmates to be sent out of state to other prisons under the directions of the United States